Hey guys, this is the video review of the Ecobee4 with Amazon integration. New to Canada, been out for about 1.5 years in the US. They recently released after Alexa came to Canada. So I just kind of rebooted it now. It takes a bit to kind of come up. Interface is beautiful. You can go and assign sensors. After a reboot, the temperature will refresh in a sec. You can assign different areas to different comfort settings. So for example, basement is responsible for home and away. No one sleeps down there, so we don't want it affected in that comfort setting. Upstairs, everyone sleeps upstairs, so if you go in the comfort settings here, we should only have this set. In Ecobee, this main thermostat one has these two. So that's kind of how the comfort settings work, and the schedules are very different. The schedules point to the comfort settings. So you can set how long normally you guys sleep, how long you're home, and if you're away, it will, based on the occupation sensors in the room sensors and the thermostat, will know if you're home or not. There's vacation mode, reminders and alerts. We use this so if the temperature exceeds a certain threshold, we'll get notified, or the monthly filter change reminder. Interesting about this, what we found is in settings where you can set certain things like Wi-Fi, advanced options, thresholds, and Celsius and Fahrenheit, you can't get to the preferences area through the Ecobee app. So if you go down here, so there's no preferences. So the preferences, in order to have basically every option you want, is on the actual thermostat. And having used third generation Nest and the Ecobee4, to turn the knob to use Nest, it was kind of clunky, and to get to the settings you had to push it in kind of like a mouse. But I find that this, I'm sure it's an implementation of Android, is just a joy to use. There's no lag, works kind of faster than some phones. You have the weather there, settings are way now, fan on and off, and the Alexa integration. Turn on the dining room dimmer.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, turn on the dining room dimmer.
Okay.
Alexa, turn the dining room lamp to purple.
Okay.
Alexa, change the dining room lamp to 100% brightness.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on all the lights. Now I have about 60 devices through SmartThings, so
I'm not quite sure what went wrong.
she'll say that, but that's nothing on Ecobee's part. She says that on an Echo Dot or an Echo Plus, but as you notice, pretty much every light in the house turned on. Right. Alexa, ask Ecobee to decrease the temperature.
Okay, warming up to 20 until your next activity.
So she can also do stuff where, based on the room sensor, so you saw before the upstairs and the basement ones, so you could say, Alexa, increase the temperature in the basement.
Basement doesn't support that.
Sorry, you have to say it a certain way. Alexa, ask Ecobee to increase the temperature in the basement.
Okay, warming up to 21 until your next activity.
Now I've noticed what it'll do is it'll warm up until the basement reaches that temperature. However, Alexa won't respond back saying warming up the temperature in the basement, but I have verified this does work. Also, the integration with other products, in terms of Nest, Ecobee, Honeywell, Lyric, all that stuff. Ecobee is pretty much the industry leader in the thermostat, consumer thermostat smart home business. They're doing stuff that no one else is doing with the room sensors, with they have dimmer switches now that have the Amazon built in, so you can speak to your dimmer switch and then ask it to order you diapers or something, right? No one's doing stuff this amazing. So if I go out here and go over to, this is what we have just to show you. This is in Smart Things, and you have Ecobee up here. This is the basement sensor. Since I've rebooted this unit about 2 minutes ago, it hasn't refreshed, but it says there's motion down there. Temperature hasn't refreshed yet. You can go to this part, which is the main thermostat, and you could basically do all the settings that you wanted, all the smart home settings. You get all the log entries. So what I'm trying to get at here is Ecobee4, 3, Lite will work with Wink, Vera, Smart Things, pretty much any platform out there, where from my experience, without some significant jerry-rigging with Smart Things, Nest is supported more on Vera and Wink. So if you want a thermostat that is cutting edge in the smart home and the HVAC industry for consumer electronics, Ecobee is definitely the market leader. No one's doing stuff like they are. And they're integrated with every platform, not just select few. There shouldn't be any smart home hub that you can get that won't work with Ecobee. And now that they have Alexa built in, it's great. So you could do stuff like, Alexa, play Rihanna.
Shuffling songs by Rihanna.
Alexa, turn down the volume.
I lick the gun when I'm done, 'cause I know that revenge is sweet.
Alexa,
So sweet.
stop playing the music. So we used to have a Bluetooth speaker sitting here, and the speaker that's built into this is way better. We were not expecting to have such a good speaker in our thermostat. So sometimes we'll just we're on our way walking to the basement or upstairs, and we're just passing by these stairs, and we'll issue an Amazon command in order to have the next area of the floor set up before we even get there. And so far this has been the best smart home device we've ever owned. Here's the PEK device that they want you to install. So that's a power extender kit. So essentially, like for me, I'm not a handy guy, and it was really easy for me to just take off the front panel of my my furnace, as long as it was off, of course, electrical and whatnot, and the thermostat is off. So you have these, let me see if I can get some light in there. You have these wires here that normally go in there, and instead of going into the main board, you run them into this PEK device in a specific order in the instructions, run them back into here, and what that does is inject the power in order for the Nest thermostat to come on if you do not have a dedicated power switch, because like I said before, Nest has a battery and Ecobee doesn't. So honestly, the PEK which came with it was really easy to install, and you don't have to be handy at all. You just have to make sure everything's off. Here's the basement room sensor from the earlier video. Does occupancy and motion and temperature. So this is the basement sensor. Gives you, a 5-year lithium coin battery at the back. And essentially you can mount this to a wall with the included screws, or just have it on a little stand. What's cool about this is this unique serial number. As soon as you pop the battery in for a new one and you go right up to the thermostat, really close, it'll say, do you want to pair it? You don't have to initiate anything. I guess it's always kind of sniffing out the network for these little guys. So the other thing was, we had an issue with one of the room sensors, for some reason always staying in Fahrenheit. And I found out that the reason was I originally had an Alexa from the US. So my account with Alexa was kind of bugged up. When they converted me to the Canadian account, I had to repair and all that stuff. So long story short, I had to ship the sensor back to them, or no, they told me to recycle it, and because it wouldn't stay out of Fahrenheit, and they same day shipped me a new sensor. I've already put it in place, but it came with, you know, all the same stuff you'd expect, and you know, just shows how amazing their customer service is in order to resolve an issue and ship the product same day delivery, free of charge, and it was on the weekend as well.